One of the passages that I've been reflecting on for our community is a passage in John chapter 15, where it talks about, apart from me, you can do nothing. We want to be a community that passionately pursues Jesus.
When you go to a church and everyone is just, involved in your life, praying for you, encouraging you, it's a good feeling to have a place to come to.
It's been incredibly rewarding to be part of what God's been doing in Astoria.
I think there's a difference between starting a church service and planting a church in a neighborhood. And our leaders aren't just pastoring people that are walking through the doors, but our leaders are actually pastoring the neighborhood.
Hope fit everything that we were looking for. It had the community, it had the gospel teaching, it had the care for one another.
When communities of faith are formed, it gives people an opportunity to have a living expression of Jesus in the communities in which they're being birthed. And that's one of the dreams of ours, is that Jesus would be birthed in new communities all throughout New York City.
I've been up and down with my faith. Coming here solidified it. I can say I'm all in now.
Getting baptized, and I am so excited. I feel like I have not been this excited about something in a very long time.
And that's been what's so exciting, is to see the kingdom move in this entire neighborhood and not just in an hour 15-minute service time.
It's really awesome that we can come here every week and then we see them at the farmer's market, we see them on the train, we see them on the bus at the grocery store. So I really love that aspect of it. And some of the people that go here, I knew them before this church arrived, but it's so fun to actually get to know them in a different way. Now that we're going to church together, we're not just sort of hanging out in the neighborhood on the playgrounds and whatnot. It's just a totally different relationship that I have with them.
I've lived on the island for 11 years, and for the past 11 years I've been praying for God to do something on the island. God has given me a family here on Roosevelt Island that I can love and pray and know I can trust.
Ever since we started a church in Astoria, there was a group of folks who were gathering in Manhattan, praying, and as they caught the vision, they began to get really excited about this idea of starting a church in Midtown. As people were getting involved and getting really excited about this thing, we started asking God, will you do something in Midtown, and we'll follow wherever you're leading. That's when the dream of this thing became a reality of starting it this fall.
My hopes and dreams about this church is that maybe this can become a community where people can find genuine relationships.
I just kind of feel like New York, Manhattan in particular, can be a very lonely place. And I feel like a lot of people need a place where they can feel a sense of community.
I was just in awe to see people in a city like New York not feel lonely. Didn't realize how lonely New Yorkers felt until I saw them not lonely. And so it's been amazing to see the people in Astoria just connect with each other the way they have. It's real, it's genuine.
God really is in this church and Roosevelt Island and Midtown. He was really in the planting of those churches. And that just really motivates you when you really see and know that God is doing something.
It just all speaks volumes to the fact that this is not our own doing. That God is moving ahead of us, that God is running, as fast as hope feels like it's moving and growing. God is moving faster than we are, paving the way for His kingdom to come. And it has been just a blast to watch Him do what only He can do.
I believe faith is trusting in God for the things that even we can't even see or imagine. And I think starting new churches is such a faith-filled endeavor. Whether it's in Astoria, on Roosevelt Island, or in Midtown Manhattan, it's so full of faith. It's this kind of confession that we can do nothing unless God is in it.